It ain't as tough as you thought. Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed! Damn idiot. You wanna die? Be my guest. I ain't gonna be around to save you. No, you ain't got what I need. And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped from the... And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt. Meant no offense. You ain't one of Auntie's, and from the look of things, me and Raptidons were well acquainted. I know, which is why I gotta ask. What are you doing here? Huh. I heard there were some survivors still holed up over there. I can understand them looking for help. But I'm Inez Silung, Auntie's choice. So long as you don't impede my work or break the stalemate we got on the... I'll admit I was eager for some good hunting around here. My graft, needs some bolstering. But if the raps here are as weak as this one, it won't help me none. If you had, you'd know. Unless you're accustomed to seeing folk roaming around with exposed muscle fibers or stunted extra limbs on their backs. Sorry. Guess I'm just used to folks staring real hard and then steering. I'm considered a liability. My graph's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapable. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon too. But I'm still mostly upright. For now. I just know I can do more for Auntie and for the war. It's just this damn contract. Unless I can amend it so I might weren't many of us grafted soldiers to begin with. To think I'm one of the lucky ones. No. Enhanced Soldier Division was the fancy public-facing name for the grafting program. And when I say it was shuttered, I mean completely fucking demolished. I only been able to treat my own ailments thanks to Doc Tinsley in Fairfield. She worked for the program for a time. She's a good one. She's bound by contract to work on whatever task Fairfield's illustrious leader set her to. Nothing else. But she also ain't quite got the hang of the employment thing. Yeah, thanks for the expert opinion. Get the feeling you will. Go on now. There's probably plenty of Protectorate info waiting. I got what I came for, so I reckon it's time to see about my contract. Law knows I could use a lucky break.
Just me, or did Inez remind you of Helen? Tough like her. Shame she's with Auntie's choice.
Confronting threat. Engaging. few usable parts in here. It's warped. Just like everything else. Hello there. You wouldn't happen to have found any usable parts in all this debris? Westport's stockpiles of replacement parts are nearly depleted. And fortunately, there's nothing here that's salvageable. Auntie's bombs sure take their toll, don't they? Let's just say to fill Westport's needs. If you follow the road heading north, you can't miss it. Used to be a sight to behold, but the war hasn't been kind to it. To any of us. True enough. A few years ago, I couldn't have imagined us, but I digress. Was there anything else? Need to get back to my hunt, you understand? Unless I missed my guess, this looks like it was transporting damaged and malfunctioning automechs from the Vox station. The center is... Say, you don't work for Antes, do you? This is beginning to feel more than a little like you're digging for intelligence. Fair enough. As I was saying, the automech repair center is south of here. Regrettably, subjects of Westport no longer have access to the repair center. Yes and no. The bomb certainly took a fierce toll, which has made sorting out where to begin my efforts here rather difficult. Nor are the troopers who should have been escorting this. Or their bodies. These were stalwart defenders of the Protectorate we're talking about here. No. Some other unfortunate fate has befallen them. Could it... Likewise? There must be at least a few usable parts in here. It's warped. Looks like everything else.
Who goes there? By orders of Marshal Donaldson, no one comes or goes to the Automech Repair Center without approval. What's your business here?
Now you've done it. Slowing down a ranking Protectorate official is worth 10, 20 demerits if you're lucky.
All right, let's not lose our heads over a simple misunderstanding. You're free to pass. Marshal Donaldson likes to greet new arrivals personally. We'll let him know you're in... Oh, and fair warning, watch out for Zeranium gas. We sprung a leak. Nothing too bad. Aside from the headaches, night. One more thing. Don't cause any trouble around... You're free to pass, stranger.
Prudence dictates we cherish what we have and defend it.
Outsider, prudence dictates we cherish all we had and defend it. Shifty-looking individual, if you ask me. A right shifty-looking individual, if you ask me.
Did the authorities send you? Did my torrent of messages finally convince them of the vast crab-like dangers near at hand? What a relief. In here I thought myself dismissed as a loon. Well, I speak of the Crabbles, of course. You must have spied those nefarious Crabbles. Roy, no one at the facility believes me, but I've seen it with my own eyes. Crabble numbers have swelled as they gather to defy us. A consortium, nay, an army. You actually believe me? No, stranger. Thank you. With your confidence and support, I believe the Crabble remains strong, and together we will outlast the Crabble. Don't trouble me with automechanical matters. Ask the quartermaster at the repair facility, assuming she hasn't been devoured by Crabbles. Getting better, I think. The Crabbles have seemed less... Or maybe they're just biding their... You again. Howdy. Damn Krabbles are getting more ornery by the moment.
Outsider?
All that matters is getting these automechs to the Vox relay station. What in the name of the architect? Oh, right. My guards told me to expect a new arrival.
Marshall, you're acting as though I'm not standing here.
Woodrow, normally I would be obliged, nay, happy, to receive yours. I hope you've come to help, because a crisis is bearing down on us, and I've a dearth of reliable hands with which to manage it. We may or may not have what you need. Like you, me and my consternated head technician are new arrivals, though we may not last long if we fail to repair the uranium leak. I wouldn't have put it in those terms, but I appreciate someone who's... The Vox relay station needs our automech. Delphinia Bryant is working on a prototype uranium shield. Whoever uses it will be less disposable and more useful to the Protectorate. What did I tell you, Woodrow?
Marshall, those automechs have... Should they go berserk, we may...
Then perhaps you had better explain to Brigadier Montelli why his...
Montelli? I rescind my objection.
There's a good fellow. I'm glad that spectacle didn't scare you off. Whether or not you're able to help us, uranium is hardly my area of expertise, but it falls to me to find a solution, lest I follow my predecessors to their untimely fate. I don't think anything. Leak or no, my people are fighting a war on two fronts, Anti on one side and Zeranium on the other. I can fight Anti, but I can't. What else would disrupt the harmony of our perfect system? Anti's choice. Zeranium wreaks havoc on automechanicals. Every combat-ready... Further damage soon occurred. Had I the resources, I would have sent wave after wave of... Alas, the tragedy unfolded before my time here. And the situation is deteriorating rapidly. While I trust that Brigadier Montelli has everything well, loyalty and instinct run hand in hand. I'm a no matter. My unease is nothing. This facility's purpose is the maintenance of... The old staff should have laid down their lives to repel him. Now, their burden is mine. But I won't allow my...
Outsider?
Ambient zeranium levels are... State your business. This unit was engineered to facilitate management of supply inventory at this installation.
Oh, this is surely exciting. Someone is finally trying...
Command not...
Huh. I thought that would have put it into sales mode.
All wares should be...
Sorry, it tends to take things...
Lull detected. Conversational status uncomfortable. Request not...
It only understands the words I've added to its databanks. Look, for now, just use the phrase initiate commerce. It's...
Initiating...
Oh, unfamiliar clientele. I was just... Name's Hazel. I'm sort of the acting quartermaster around these parts. You need any supplies, talk to my friend the quartermech here. You'd think that a fully stocked auto mechanical repair... Trouble is, a bunch of supplies went missing recently. right around the time the quartermech completed a routine inventory. You're not implying the quartermech is somehow responsible, are you? I'd hate for the big guy to get in trouble. The quartermech is my responsibility. Claim whatever parts you require from the missing Delphinia's lab would be the place to search. We use it for storage. And
Standard Earth Directorate protocol calls for a thorough grid search of the premises, Commander. Those parts are bound to turn up somewhere.
Are you acquainted with Delphinia? She's a scientist on loan from the Vox Relay, helping with the Zeranium leak and all. Delphinia is not very nice. Anyway, she's very talented. Best of luck in your search.
Injuries detected. How may this unit assist you, Commander?
All right, I admit it. The quarter... Well, he's under construction. Come to me for any supplies you might need. Glad to oblige. Need something? Or just glad to hear it? Any progress? Let me know how it goes. I do love a good... See you soon, I hope. Welcome. Glad to have you back.
Guided by the paradigm of the matriarch's own immaculate bloodline.
Ain't nothing there. Can't just shoot in the thin air.
So right, Consul. Forgive me for misspeaking. I'm just a little awestruck by your presence here in the studio.
Oh, Prudence, I would never report everyone's name. 2, 3, of course. I do enjoy our folksy chats, but I must be back.
What's next? Here's one you're absolutely sure to enjoy.
Right, shifty-looking individual, if you ask me.
Give me a sec. Almost done with this work list. Another sealant failure, amplifier requisition, and the Marshal is under a lot of pressure to deliver automechs to the Vox Relay state. If even a single automech steps out of line, it will be the end of me. Zeranium corrupted automechs open fire on Protectorate soldiers, and I end up in the darkest bowels of mental refreshment. No, we wouldn't. The Marshal is a good man, but he values speed while I value accuracy. Hazel should get you... She's right between the barracks and the main gate. Kim, you want to see the quartermaster. She'll only be able to sell you our surplus, but...
Outsider?
Stay true, outsider.
This unit's current work task takes priority over conversation. Farewell.
Outsider?
Consider finding a human companion if you seek conversation.
First the attack, then there's Iranian. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
What brings you to this
Might be
one?
wise to give that large gas cloud a wide
Stay
berth.
true
Don't
out
think there's anything to gain by getting near it.
Oh, a new arrival. Oh, and what's that? Fortunately for you, if you'd indulge me, I have a few questions I'd like to ask for medical posterity. And so, first question, can you describe the conditions in which you were exposed to the Zeranium? I'll mark it down as haphazard meandering. All right. For instance, do your bones seem noticeably softer somehow? Have you observed? Well, good for you. Keeping a positive as a token of my appreciation. There. That should do it. Do stop back in if you suffer a dip. Don't have much to spare.
Oh yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Now what is it you want? Quite busy, as I said. Now, did you have some business here? Now that you mention it, there was one after several firm remonstrations, I told it the interior of this building is off limits while I am working here. Didn't see that peculiar little scamp again after that. Ah, our good Marshal sent you, did he? Well, unfortunately, the device is taking longer than expected. Oh, we'll get to that presently. Now tell me, are you familiar with Zeranium gas? I haven't time to prattle unnecessarily, no. But my current project is of utmost importance, and I could speak at length about Zeranium's many captivating So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from Zeranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm. Quite splendidly, if I do say so myself. The principal function of the device is confirmed operation. Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components. Good, good, wonderful. As an added incentive, I'll allow you to keep one of the prototypes once the work is finished. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray Zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud. Try to avoid any fields of dense Zeranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions? Normally, yes, but on the off chance that ideally, the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's of utmost importance that it work on the gas here, I'll be calibrating against that. Well, of course, obviously. To that end, I'd suggest choosing a cloud of lesser density. If you suffer prolonged exposure, assuming you survive, see our local medical officer next door. I believe that cover... Oh, so exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing... Ah, my little minion. Until a more...
Outer chassis sealant test number 14 is confirmed a failure. Zeranium exposure rate appears to be unaffected. Test model displayed standard overload-induced paralysis, then became atypically aggressive. Forced to terminate test model in self-defense.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
First the attack, then there's Zeranium, and it's raining. Great, we're never getting caught up.
Not sure we should get any closer.
Ah, you're back. And you've been cavorting with Zeranium. Certainly, there is a nominal cost for treatment to cover essentials. All right, then. There. All better. Normally, I'd say to ask the quartermaster, but he died a few weeks back. Failing that, I imagine you could ask the technicians here. Oh, gladly. I've rather dead... What would you like to know? Zeranium is a crystal. Even in its raw form, it generates energy. Zeranium is found in a liquid state as well. Refined zeranium is used to power nearly all... However, it's also highly unstable and must be mined exceedingly carefully. Even minor... Zeranium in its default crystalline state poses... Second, zeranium crystals produce a small amount of gas. In this gaseous state, zeranium is quite hazardous, breaking down organic matter through a mechanism. The concentration of the gas is a critical factor. Anyhow, I could talk about this all day if I let myself. Hope I haven't. Total avoidance is best. But come to think of it, our visiting scientist next door is working on a device that shields the user.
Were you successful? I have tests that can be started immediately if so. What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate zeranium. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of... Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as what's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user. I require a component called a catalytic amplifier. You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside. You would imagine so, wouldn't you? Unfortunately for me, our chief mechanist, Woodrow, wasn't enthusiastic about my so you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier. Dragoons are a mainstay of our military. The design has been in production for decades. I had a model of one when I was young. All children did. You must have seen the large automech patrolling the interior grounds. That is the Dragoon. I'm sure he's just being cautious. Should Auntie's choice attack us, we don't want to. No doubt he also seeks to retain an unspoiled automech, since the others are by now riddled with zeranium poisoning. Good. A flexible mindset should behoove you on this task. Perhaps the chief mechanist will prove more receptive to your request. Failing that, be prepared to exercise creativity if needed. One last thing. The Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well, any closer to obtaining the... Until...
Outsider?
What can I do for you this time? I heard that one of our Dragoon automechs, the second of the defensive patrol, I couldn't spare any of my people for its retrieval. Besides, it was addled with Zeranium, and useless to the likes of us. Think nothing of it. Someone should make use of the scrap, and...
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Well, any closer to obtaining the catalytic amplifier? Oh, superb! I'm almost tempted to ask how you managed it. But pressing on, with this gadget, you'll be shielded against more than Zeranium, you know. Damn near everything, as long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson, if you please. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. Don't thank me. Just doing my part for the sake of the paradigm. Same. My erstwhile assistant returns until...
Yes? Please, why should I follow their example by reducing our sole working Dragoon to a pile of unpatriotic scrap? Marshal Donaldson wrote that? And in an official record? Well, I don't know what to say. You're right. For the facility, the Protectorate, and for the automechs. All right, how's about we get the Dragoon situated over here? One catalytic amplifier as agreed. I hate to lose another Dragoon, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Not a chance. Donaldson has to be seeing you. If you need something, kindly make it quick.
What can I do for you this time? I knew Dr. Bryant would come through for us, that she'd prove her worth as surely as any subject. Seeing as you're the only one trained in the use of that gadget, what say you put it... Make your way inside the repair hangar, and be careful with that terminal. We don't want the situation getting any worse. Don't worry about Woodrow. Yes, there is some risk that exposure to Zeranium will... That shouldn't stop us from delivering them on time. But that isn't our problem. I hope you brought me good news.
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
First the attack, then there's uranium. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
What have you done? This uranium now spews from the hangar more thickly than ever.
W. "ロードしてみよ、天使の輪がついた笑顔."
If you need something, kindly make it quick.
What can I do for you this time? See, make your... And be careful with that terminal. We'd... Yeah, that... What?
A right shifty-looking individual, if you ask me.
I hope you brought me good news, outsider.
What in the where now? That's all the ones you need to worry about.
Confusion emergency protocols. Emergency protocol syringes prime. Protocols not yet charged.
Ain't recharged. Sorry, ain't ready yet.
First the attack, then there's uranium. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
Outsider? What can I do for you this time? At last, the tide is shifting. Today, we fix our automechanicals. Tomorrow, we push the unprincipled interlope. You've done us a great service, stranger, and I would see your efforts rewarded. Alas, we confiscated them from the corpses of the scouts who attempted to infiltrate this facility a few weeks back. It carries the invaders' taint, but it should spend just the pleasure was mine. The now I can show our chief mechanist that he was wrong, and a little uranium poisoning won't do those automechs any harm. Hello again, stranger. Know that you were always welcome here.
I wish I shared the Marshal's confidence that our problems were behind us.
My erstwhile assistant returns.
Well, look who it is. What is it this time?
Greetings. State your business. Initiate.
一旦お風呂落ち、訴えるような顔。
Enemies envy our prosperity. Our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Outside.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes
Empty are the lives of the Hunt's subjects, but they need to rely on consumer
because as the matriarch herself designed it and has
This unit is currently unavailable for meaningless interaction.
balance.
Outsider.
Individualism ran rampant. Depletion
Well,
of
look who it
resources
is. What is it? Speak your mind. That is most excellent. Please, hand them over. Sincerest thanks. Now, we had what you outsiders call a deal. I promised you a means past the bridge and a way inside the Vox relay. There is wreckage from a crashed ship traversing most of the expanse. Tell me, do you already have Protectorate jump boots in your possession? That's what I knew them as. The official title is Personal Plasma Thrusters, I suppose. No, but we have an outpost up at Spire Grove. Requires a lot of cliff work. They likely have a prototype. I'll prepare a writ of conscription to allow you entry to the Vox relay. While most would refuse my authorization, Sentry's second-class layman. Show the writ as proof I have conscripted you. Once you're inside, there's something else I need you to do. Something that would save many lives.
Subject to the most exalted vigilant. We must all
The Vox relay is, to my mind, a time bomb. Brigadier Montelli's lost madness, I tell you. A brigadier doesn't act as judge, jury, and executioner. That's an arbiter's job. And even then, they're enforcing existing protectorate law. Why isn't it obvious? As vigilant, I was his commander. Executions done in the service of order are an unfortunate necessity. Done at the whim of an individual, well, that's just one more depravity Antes has wrought upon us.
devised the paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where
Regrettably, yes. Yes, I do. I may have been branded a traitor, but I remain loyal to protect. Brigadier Montelli is a stain on the Protectorate's good name, and every moment he remains in charge at the Vox relay, diminished good. I may not survive to see what occurs, but I trust you to follow your conscience. Farewell now. Promise you'll return here if you can, to check in on my people and see how they fare. Oh, I don't doubt your abilities, but the prospects, even if you succeed, it's only a matter of time before the Arbiter arrives to administer my sentence. Farewell now. You have your orders. The Vox relay.
same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little. Extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.